Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Matt.
And we're back with Loki, Season 2, Episode 1. Alright, real quick, the finale of Season 1, which is my favorite finale out of the Marvel shows. The Loki was my...
Really?
Loki was my favorite, yeah, in that finale. What's better than the Loki finale?
I guess Loki just confused me.
She-Hulk?
Yeah, She-Hulk finale was better.
Oh, horse shit. Okay. The Loki show was my favorite show, and it had my favorite finale.
I gotta lie, I really liked Hawkeye.
Well, yeah, I really liked it too, but...
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I really liked that one
I really
too.
liked that one.
But I think Loki is...
Nah, Loki didn't make it there for me. Loki was like on the same tier as WandaVision.
WandaVision, hell no. Fuck no.
Yeah, it was on, yeah, similar tier.
No, horseshit. Anyway.
I mean, it wasn't on no tier like the She-Hulk, because that's just the bottom.
She-Hulk was, yeah, I reviewed that, reacted to it. Don't think I would like it in any circumstance. I mean, it was okay. I don't know a lot about the character, but if that's a character, then I don't think she's that interesting.
No.
So Sylvie and Loki, they make it to the end of time, to the Time Citadel, and we have a Kang variant there, He Who Remains. He's the one who's been controlling time. He stopped a time war, and he gives him a choice. He said, kill me or replace me or something.
Yeah, because if they kill him, then all of his variants are going to plague everything.
So Sylvie, you know, her and Loki, they have a moment, and then she kills him. When Loki goes back to the TVA, they don't recognize him. Mobius doesn't recognize him. The time statue things, they've been replaced with Jonathan Major's character. I don't usually talk about these type of things outside the production. I know it's a lot of... people get a lot of views on it. But Jonathan Majors, he was accused of he assaulted a woman or something like that. Like right now they're doing investigating, and he was pretty important to the universe.
That's the Kang guy, right?
Yeah. I don't know anything about it.
If they don't have Kang, then...
Well, they would have to recast him. I think they could do that and say, oh, when they killed him and they screwed with time, he changed the way he looks, you know?
Yeah, they could play it off.
They could play it off. I think, you know, if he did something like that, then that's horrible. But if he didn't, you know, I hope they can clear that up, because there's been so many people that have been besmirched, and it's been found out, like this baseball player recently, that basically he didn't assault this woman, and she actually just was trying to extort him.
Right. I mean, that happens all the time, especially people with money.
Yeah, I think the lesson is don't run off with strange women in the middle of the night if you're rich.
Don't run off. Don't run off with strange people.
Now, when it comes to,
period,
you know, any kind of violence against women, if he did that, shame on him. But it's not like the Flash thing with Ezra Miller, where there's footage and there's like so many different people coming forward saying, okay, he definitely is a kind of a bad dude.
Right.
And funny, he didn't get canceled. So...
Excuse me.
Yeah, bless you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but anyways, I really like what I've seen of Loki. It was my favorite Marvel show. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, say hi in the comments, say hi to Matt, say hi to me. Also, check out our Patreon. We have full-length, uncut reactions for all the things that we do. And we also have up to 4 weeks early access.
Let's jump in.
So, yeah, there's like all this momentum. Is it going to be like, is it going to have to gear the momentum up again, or is it like, are we going to be like hitting the ground running when we start the show?
I think we're going to be hitting the ground running, that's my guess.
Well, if you're wrong, then you got to do 10 push-ups. Think you can pull that off, Matt?
Nah, absolutely not.
Maybe you can do 5 then.
I barely do 1 or 2.
Why are they chasing him now?
Because didn't you say they don't know who he is?
Yeah, but he was explaining everything.
Mobius, it's me. I don't know you.
How's he gonna get away? What? He's not a Jedi. Oh, I guess he's a god.
He's a god, yeah. Oh man, that's gonna piss somebody off.
You're gonna get fined at your ass.
Yeah, someone is gonna be pissed about that.
Hey, this guy. Remember this guy?
Yeah.
This reminds me of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
In Coruscant.
Yep.
I wonder if this guy's Filipino. Giving him the roles of janitors. These cocksuckers. Well, what the lady who was driving?
She doesn't matter.
She's gonna die now?
Yeah, there she goes. Now she's gonna die. That symbol wasn't there before? Or?
I'm a little clueless on the symbol. I think you are too.
Yeah, I'm completely clueless.
Casey, have we met each other? Casey, help me. I got him. I got the intruder. I got the intruder.
Oh yeah, that looked fun.
Well, my body just stretched and contorted like that.
Casey, something terrible is happening.
Dude, this is confusing the shit out of me.
Has it always been that?
The crack? It's been there as long as I can remember.
Yeah, he's going back and forth between the past and the future.
Where's Mobius? B-15.
Chrono Bay 3. So.
Maybe he's now displaced. Like, in time, he's like this displaced figure that is...
But he's definitely going back and forth between the past and the future.
Or was it past or present, or are there different timelines? Are they alternative realities?
He looked at the ground where it was cracked from where the globe dropped.
So he was in the future.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Okay.
Now what? Hey, Mobius? Loki was just here looking for you.
You just saw him.
He did. This minute's not working.
Hey, I have a question.
Can I help you with something, X5?
We don't see you down here too often.
Is this on the sacred timeline? Jet skis? Sea-doos?
I forgot he loves jet skis.
One of these calling your name, Mobius?
He wants to do it.
I don't know about calling. Maybe gently whispering. You know, the funny thing about jet skis, everyone thinks that it's a personal watercraft. And it's actually a brand. Same way Kleenex is.
I don't care.
Why'd you ask?
He's got a big
With
old
Renslayer
ugly
missing,
nose,
there's a
man.
new judges council. So General Dox
Look at that
and
thing.
Judge Gamble would
He's,
like to see you both
A big old
in the
schnoz.
war room. Wonder what that's about. Huh?
Guy's pretty smug.
Mobius. Where is he?
The war room.
The rumors.
It's a cool effect.
You know that's got to be super painful, though.
Yep, there's Kang.
Yeah. Was that 1, 2, 5 different versions of him?
So this is his original timeline from the first
Branches are growing.
season.
They're way
Yeah.
past red line.
I like those old school aesthetics.
Professor Renslayer, you are quite a marvel. I will be proud to lead with you.
What recording was that?
Sound like Kang and the girl.
Renslayer had a life on the timeline.
On the record, 15.
To hell with the record. You had a life on the timeline. And so did you.
Look, we get the concerns because we had them also, but let's also admit that the timeline is branching. The sky hasn't fallen.
Oh, the sky's falling, Mobius. This changes everything.
This changes nothing. We won't let the timeline branch. I'm sorry, Hunter. If we don't protect it.
Who's that dude just sleeping?
All my life.
I think it's more just like comic relief.
Makes me feel like the only guy in the room is like this piece of shit lazy dude,
Yeah.
which is stupid.
Tell the TVA to stop pruning, effective immediately.
Loki! Mobius! Loki!
It can work like that? Why does that chick look like the Emperor?
That's who built this place. That's who stole the Orions. That's who's coming back. She was going to kill him.
Sylvie?
Mobius, yes.
Where is she?
I don't know. Come on, she kicked me through a time.
Give me my stick back.
Guy's an asshole.
We need to know what happened at the end of time. Find Sylvia. She's the reason we're in this mess.
You better take care of you.
We got to the man at the end of time, and he made sense. We thought it was about freeing the timeline, but that brings only more malevolence, more violence, more war, more of him. They're coming. They're all coming. We fought Mobius, and she kicked me through a time door.
Well, I'd ask who won, but
It was a draw.
both kicked each other through time doors simultaneously?
No. I was actively trying not to find her. I was trying to stop her. She was going to kill him. Stop. Just relax. Forget about it.
Renslayer kicked me down some steps.
Preservation of the sacred timeline. It was about preventing more of him. There was no simple choice. There was no other way.
And that's who you showed us in there.
He who remains. He built this place.
No, how would I not remember that?
Because he wiped your memories.
He obviously did it more than once.
You have to explain to me exactly how did you just appear in there? I mean, did you come straight from the end of time?
No. I was in the past.
What do you mean in the past? Where in the past?
Here, the past TVA.
No, there is no past. TVA time doesn't work
But
like
it
that
does
here.
now because it's happening to me.
It's impossible.
Why would he fucking argue with him when he's sitting there proving that something's going on right there?
I think it's like me telling you 2 + 2 is 4, and you're like, it's impossible. Like, but I have been exposed to things beyond your comprehension.
Right.
He who remains. I understand, and we'll get to that. In order to do that, I need a Loki who remains. We need to address the fact that you keep disappearing.
Oh, it's not good.
You just disappeared. I can't keep looking at it because it's horrible.
What? I thought you said it didn't look that bad.
It's terrible. It looks like you're being born or dying or both at the same time. It's freaking me out.
It's okay. You sure you know where you're going?
Yeah, so it's right up here.
Nah, I feel like he's taking him into a trap or something right now.
No.
It's been a while since I've been down here. Actually, I'm not sure I've ever been in here.
Welcome to our name.
Good.
Hey, it's a guy from Indiana Jones too. Short Round. I can't remember his name, but
I've never seen Indiana Jones too.
Oh, yes. Wow. Great to see you again.
Good to see you too. Yeah, I want to introduce you to.
Yeah, and obviously he's lying. He doesn't remember
I'm
him.
Ouroboros. How long has it been?
How long has it been? Could it be 3 or 4?
400 years.
What? Feels like 1,000.
Remember, you got off on the wrong floor and I told you it was the wrong floor?
Wait, that's right. Yes, because then I stayed for a little bit. He took me over.
No, you left immediately.
You see, he's trying to bullshit the whole thing, and
I'm back.
he's calling him out on it.
Believe it or not, he was my last visitor.
Wow.
Jesus.
Reunited. 400 years.
That's right, yeah.
A lot of his memories are just now displaced, though.
Or the dude just keeps erasing them, refreshing
But why are
everything.
his memories erased?
So I just keep at it. Forever.
Because there's probably shit that he's not supposed to remember.
Why does he get the memory?
Because he's stuck in a little hole downstairs and doesn't interact with anybody.
Kang just lets him go?
He hasn't interacted with anybody for 400 years.
I feel like Kang would just... Everyone.
So how's the team doing up there?
Pretty great. Yeah, I mean, well, you know about the timekeepers and that's what's been happening.
Wow. Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
I'm having trouble reconciling that.
Ouroboros. May I call you OB?
OB? I like that. Do I know you?
Yes, in the future. Well, it's your future, my present. I've been time slipping in the TVA.
It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
But you just saw it happen.
I'm having trouble reconciling that. I know it looked like your friend was time slipping. Never seen anything close to that happen before. Wait. No.
See,
There was one time.
as Loki's interacting with him, he's having these new memories created.
You're right.
Is he talking to you in the past and you're just now remembering it?
Wow. That makes perfect sense. There's no flaw in that logic. I guess time slipping is possible at the TVA.
What did you tell him?
I told him that's impossible.
It's not impossible because I was just with you in the future.
I think I will remember that.
It hasn't happened to you yet. Do you see?
Good point. It sure would be more convenient if we were having this conversation in the future and this were the past.
Let's just say, if it were possible to time slip in the TVA, how might
It's
one
not.
remedy theoretically? If it were possible to time slip in the TVA, how might one remedy that?
Someone in the time you want to end up in would need a temporal aura extractor.
Do you have one of those?
I do not. Wait. Yes? I actually do have an extractor here.
That's great.
Yeah.
What temporal aura extractor?
And did you happen to discuss how
He used to get OU and see those things in every
You
dorm.
need to get to the temporal loom so the extractor can pull Loki directly out of the
You
time
mean
stream.
bongs?
I need to get
Yeah.
to the temporal loom. The extractor.
Could be dangerous.
How dangerous?
Oh, not too bad if you're quick about it.
Gotta be quick about
But
it.
if you spend too long in it, that kind of temporal energy will peel the skin right off you. Not too bad compared to what Loki has to do.
Why? What's Loki gotta do?
Violently rip myself from every thread of time and space, all at once.
That means prune yourself. When something is pruned, it's released from time. So the hope is that after you prune yourself, the extractor will pull you into the present.
Damn it!
Hey, Loki's back. Well, I guess you two are ready to go.
Wait, hold it. I mean, am I ready to get my skin peeled off?
Yeah, am I ready to violently rip myself from every thread of time and
I'd
space?
rather have that.
Well, you'd rather be atomically disassembled than never reassembled
Then to
again.
have your skin ripped
What are you
off?
talking about? Then at least you get to live.
Yeah, what's falling apart?
You've been doing that all day.
No, it's not the lamp. We're having power surges all through the TVA.
What did you say? The branching's overloading the temporal loom.
Temporal loom?
That's bad. You know, the temporal loom. It's in the TVA guidebook.
What?
I wrote it myself.
Hey, OB, this piece just came off right here. Is that important?
That door's never good.
Yeah, when you see a big guarded door.
It's red. It's worse.
With a big X. You know, that reminds me of the
X-Men. Ah, yeah. I knew it. You're going to have Patrick Stewart over in a wheelchair.
The temporal loom is the heart of the TVA. It's where raw time is refined into physical timeline.
Like, I can't even, like, comprehend what the hell that even is.
Well, it's supposed to be something incomprehensible because you're talking about time and timelines, and how do you visualize that?
Yeah.
You visualize it by making something crazy.
It's because it's hard for me to get into something that I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some of our subscribers can clear some of this stuff up for us.
Well, I figured out how to retrofit it to handle all those branches.
What about the time slipping?
Once those doors close, we won't be able to resync you. So it's now or never.
Dude, that's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
Now, wait! It's now, but now isn't for a little bit. We still gotta get Mobius into position. But first, Mobius, fix Loki's time slipping. You'll go out there, pull Loki from the time screen before I need to close the blast doors. Loki, this time is synced to the loom. Green means prune. If you're too late, you will be lost to time forever. And Mobius will lose all of his skin. Okay, you've got about an hour.
5
You've got
minutes.
about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna get everything ready.
Docs and her crew are raiding the armory.
They're going after Sully. That's their only lead.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
Sully, Docs.
No! We have one shot at this.
I'll handle Docs. Good luck.
What else can you say to that?
Mobius, if I don't make it back,
You'll make it back.
Right, but when I use this thing, I might not make it back.
Bye-bye. It disappears right when the most important thing he's supposed to do is about to happen.
My question is, like, is he controlling coming back to this point? Or is the time that goes by for him the same as the time that goes by for them? Like, he could be here for weeks and then go back to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I assume that every time
he went to the past here.
Yeah.
Because his skin still's on there.
No, he went to the future.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the future. That's what I meant. Yeah. The future.
I really like this.
This multiverse stuff is just hard for me to comprehend sometimes. Like the Doctor Strange movie.
My favorite one.
How the hell am I gonna hoof it in this?
You got to.
Or what?
Or the blast doors will close and lock you out. You will age away, and you'll get very old, and all your skin will get peeled away, and you will die.
Oh, shit.
Is this cracked?
You're good.
OB! Ready to see some hoofing like you've never seen before.
Okay.
I love the act, because he's from the Goonies. You ever seen the Goonies?
No.
See, this is the shit I love. These mortals coming up against the force of time. That looks like something in Star Wars.
Yeah, it definitely does. Look at all these branches coming off.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the DeLorean.
Here he goes.
No.
What happened?
It's green.
Oh, yes. You have 30 seconds.
You know, he's the type of guy that'll be right on that 30 seconds, too.
Come on. It's been 30 seconds. Come on.
It has not been 30 seconds yet. But...
Now it's been 30 seconds.
There you go. There's someone in the elevator.
5, 4.
Jesus, let's go.
3.
Not yet. Give him more time.
Boop.
There's nothing you can do for him. He's lost to time.
No. They got the best. Yeah, their relationship to me, it's only rivaled by Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
There was that kind of bromance, that back and forth, but that genuine love.
Right.
Dude, you better be hoofing it.
Easier said than done. Are you gonna answer the phone?
I bet it has more to do with VO2. Hey!
There she is.
There you are.
I mean, it just shows how narcissistic he is. He's in love with himself.
Well, that was a point that Mobius made. That was the point that Mobius was making in the first one.
You know, season 2's only got 1 episode. This is just the end.
No, the skin.
It's over after
Look.
this episode. Ah, there he is. Save the day.
Dude, thank God.
We need to find Sylvie.
That was a great scene. That reminded me of The Matrix, how they use the telephone to get in and out.
All this for Sylvie?
Or they're trying to hunt her down.
I don't buy it.
I wonder if there's an after-credit scene.
Might as well just stick around and wait and see. 'Cause I feel like there might be.
Ha!
Told you. 1982. Is there something that happened during this time period that she has to go take care of, or?
How do I do this?
What would you like?
Not squirrel, not possum, not rats. Something that's already dead and nothing with a face.
Well, you can try our new Chicken McNuggets, and we have a Big Mac.
I love a good Big Mac.
Yeah, McDonald's is freaking disgusting.
Oh, dude. Good old Big Mac, man.
Made with 40% meat. The rest of it's just goo.
I want to try everything.
Okay.
Oh,
He wouldn't hear her, so
she wants to see what living in the real world is like for a change.
Well, she wants to live in a place of peace, right?
Right.
I really liked the premiere, and I have questions. I know you do.
Yeah, I got.
Okay, so yeah, it immediately took place. I'm glad right after the finale.
Yeah.
At first, it was hard for me to understand that he was. I thought he might have been going to alternate timelines.
No, I told you he kept going from the past to the future, past, future, past, and future too.
I guess it would be. Was it future?
Yeah, because he went to the past to go visit the one guy. He went to the future, and you saw the skin with the question mark. So he went to the past and the future and the present.
Okay.
So he was bouncing around all over her.
So it was called time slipping. I think one thing to get out of the way is the new character, Obi or Ouroboros. Yeah, I think he's cool. He was like a child actor. He was in Indiana Jones. He was well loved. He was in the Goonies. He was well loved, and he's been other things I haven't seen. And he has been. He's pretty much hasn't been in the business for a couple decades,
right.
Like at least in a prominent role. And then he was in some recent movie where he garnered a ton of acclaim because he felt like I've given up, like I can't get any roles.
Right.
And then he created a role for him. Like it was a movie where he. I mean, I thought it was Everything All at Once or whatever it's called.
No,
it has like a prominently Asian cast.
I have no clue what that's
Okay,
about.
I heard it was really good. And then obviously now he's in this, and he is playing like his part perfectly. He's like the funny Asian guy who's like really smart. You know, Asian, like a lot of people, like a lot of Asians I talk. I'm Filipino. My mom is from the Philippines, so we're different than other types of other Asians. I think that because people see me, I think I'm Mexican. They don't usually think I'm Asian, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like they're in a different wavelength. You know what I mean? It's because they're culturally different, right?
Right.
So yeah.
But they're more like prim, proper.
Yeah, and they're more insular.
Yeah.
So so many better things about their culture than I think in the culture we grew up with.
Yeah, for sure.
So the big thing in this is he had to prevent the time slippage. He had to prune himself from all places and time, and he had to do it in a certain amount of time, and Owen Wilson had to come back in or all his skin would have ripped off. And they made it like a comedic thing, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. My thing is I didn't see where Loki did that. He got displaced into a different time, which I think was the future.
So what brought him back to the present?
I think he had to answer that phone. I think that phone, he had to answer that phone, and then that's what brought him back.
I didn't see. Did he actually answer the phone?
We didn't see it because they did it to build tension.
Okay.
So we see it's like, okay, the doors are closing. He opens the door. He's not going to answer it. He's supposed to answer the phone. It would have brought him back immediately, but he wanted to see who was in the elevator, and it was Sylvie.
Right. Thankfully,
Owen Wilson's skin, Mobius' skin, didn't rip off. I guess for me, I thought him having to prune himself from different branches in time, I thought that was going to be like an event where he had to either go physically kill himself, something to show that you're pruning versions of
right,
yourself.
instead of just sucking them back on a string.
Yeah, it looked like to me he just went somewhere and then came back after
someone just put out a fishing line and it's reeled him back in.
That's what Owen Wilson was doing. That's what Mobius was doing. That's what the point of what they were doing.
Right.
Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know.
I didn't see him prune all versions of himself to, that way they can make. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. He had to prune all these different versions of himself. That way he can just be, I think, there, without having to time slip. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, they were in a refinery at the heart of the TVA, which is just kind of a new place for us that wasn't seen in the first season.
Right.
But Sylvie, after she killed the one that remains, Kang's character, or Majors' character, Kang, she was in that place, coming out of the elevator. I don't know what or where or why she was there. I guess it doesn't really matter. But the point is, now she's back in Oklahoma in the 80s, and I think maybe she just wants to try living her life.
Like trying to have a normal life, see what it's like just to be normal.
Yeah, so there was a version of her that had a normal life once, I think. Yeah. No. Okay, she is a Loki.
Yeah, because I don't remember
all the Lokis.
Because I can't remember her background story.
All of the Lokis, yeah, she had a different one. She was raised in the palace and everything else. Like she was raised as she had a she was taken. So I think what happened was in her backstory, like her people were killed, and she's been running around, jumping from timeline to timeline, avoiding the TVA her whole life.
Yeah.
So she never got.
Now it's coming back to me.
She never got to live that life. So
and she sees like people interacting, like husbands and wives interacting, families interacting.
Yeah.
And she wants to be a part of that. She wants to see what it's like to love and raise a family.
And do you remember that Morbius, like his big desire is to one day just retire and be on jet skis?
Been doing what he's doing for at least 400 years that we know of.
yeah. And so I've always loved, time things to me are always some of the coolest storylines.
Like the multiverse stuff and the time stuff confuses the shit out of me. And I really, because like the Flash,
I didn't see it yet.
I didn't really like it. I mean, it was decent. I didn't really like it. But not because of the movie. It was just because of the whole multiverse
having to follow it.
Yeah, and like I said, like the stuff that has the multiverse in it. I just like the Doctor Strange, Loki, like stuff like that. That's got like the multiple universes.
Yeah.
It just.
So
I don't know. Maybe my little peanut brain just can't comprehend it. But
well, you were smarter than me, so. I've looked at this stuff quite a bit, and obviously I've been doing this a while. So
plus, I don't really do any kind of outside research or anything like that. I just enjoy watching the shows.
Have you seen Back to the Future movies?
Like parts of them, like when they're on like TNT or TBS.
Okay, so yeah, the way they treat time is a little more simple, where it's like we're going to the past and we gotta get back to the future. What these things are doing is, how we live in the third dimension. There's length, width, and height.
Mm.
Well, the fourth dimension is length, width, height, and time. So if you live outside of that dimension, which Rustin Cole talks about in True Detective, you look at something that is a sphere. There's things that live in the two dimension, right? They don't see, they see length and height. They don't see width. So everything to them is flat.
Right.
And we look at this, but to them, it is their whole world, right? So we look at this piece of paper, we look at flatness, we look at simplicity. When they look at it, they see what we see, essentially.
Right.
That's how, but, what Rustin Cole talked about is time. If you're in that fifth dimension and you look down at time, to us it's a sphere. Our dimension is. But if you're one of these beings looking down, time is flat. He says it's a flat circle. Because they're comprehending things that we can't comprehend.
Right.
So these guys, the TVA, they are that version of that. They are on the outside of time, looking at the timeline.
Right.
We're all on this timeline, and they're fucking here.
And then they're just looking down and watching.
Yeah, they're looking down. They can see all the branches, and they can prune all the branches. So they're
basically each branch. If they prune a branch, they're just wiping out
existence.
A whole existence.
And that's what they were arguing about in the beginning. So what they call it, the sacred timeline, right?
Right.
So the sacred timeline that's the timeline that they're trying to preserve.
Yeah.
It's unclear to me why that one is the sacred one. I don't know. Maybe it's because when Kang established the TVA, he made it so there was only one timeline.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with these fifth-dimensional beings that live on the outside of time, like, you remember, have you seen Interstellar yet?
No.
Okay, well...
I've been meaning to watch that.
Okay, well, we can't comprehend what it would be like to live outside of time, because, I mean, how could we?
Right.
Well, what would everything look like?
We can't experience, no one's ever experienced it to tell us, or...
Well, yeah, like, how if someone has been blind their entire life, how do you describe color to them?
Yeah, like the color red. Like, how would you
Or any
describe
color.
any color?
If all they see is darkness their whole life,
like, yeah, you can't really describe a color without.
They can't even comprehend it. Yeah. So that's kind of, so the TVA, they exist on that plane of existence, and their job is to maintain it. Right. So what's cool is, like, what does everything look like? But they've opted for the viewer experience to make it look like it's like the 1960s, and they have all this retro stuff, and they're just these bipedal humans controlling it.
Right.
But in reality, I think...
Sort of like the Batman animated series, because it's got a bunch of retro stuff, and it's got a bunch of modern stuff, and...
Yeah. So it's
a bunch of mix of everything.
They chose to have a distinct retro style, and we're supposed to believe, like, these are the people, and... But I don't know, it's like, why are they all humans? Why, it's because of budget. Yeah, and I imagine it's based off the comic book as well.
Right.
I've always loved that type of stuff, but some of, like, the rules for time in different fictions are different sometimes, right?
Right.
But right now, everyone is kind of going with the way characters interact with time now. It's almost like they're on the outside of it, observing it, seeing where it goes, and trying to prevent it and stuff like that. It's much more complex.
Right.
I think it's really cool. If the show can if everything is 80% as good as this episode, with some coherency, I think it's going to be a pretty good series.
Right.
I actually saw an IGN review saying the first 4 episodes were poor because of a different showrunner, and I really liked this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I feel like this one has, like, pulled me in a lot more than season 1.
I loved season 1, but this is a great continuation of it. I mean, I was confused in the beginning. I wasn't sure if it was alternate timelines, or is he going, because they create, when Sylvie stabbed him, it created multiple timelines. Right. So it just made sense to me that he was just time slipping against all of them, but he wasn't. I was really confused at the end of season 1, because I thought, oh, you changed time so much that the past changed and Mobius doesn't know you. Because that place is supposed to be... He just went
so far back in time before they even met him.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I thought, honestly, I wonder if after season 1 they had to do, like, okay, what are we going to do? Like, or a new showrunner inherits a show from someone else. They'll come up with their own things. Like, look at... And I love the sequel trilogy. I'm not saying they're perfect. But you look at episode 8, Rian Johnson... He kind of went in a different direction.
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah, and then episode 9, J.J. Abrams was like, now I want to go back and do the things that I think I was trying to say in episode 7.
Right.
So it's just like, they could have said, all right, well, he's on a different timeline. We're going to make it so it's just he's in the future. So I wonder if that's what happened. Either way, it feels consistent. It feels pretty organic.
Right.
I really liked it. I love their bromance. If Zach was here, he'd talk about how much he loves Sylvie. But he's not here. Maybe he'll be in the second one. I really liked it.
Yeah, same here.
Appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoy the conversation. If I muffed anything, make fun of me in the comments. Talk about my man boobs and how Jack Matt is. We're out of here.